He wants to take this place from us. Time to build that army you promised me. I pray Spencer can get here. Oh my God, you guys, the day has finally come. After 2 years of waiting, we are finally here with a brand new episode of 1923. And the good news is, the second season of the hit Yellowstone prequel series had an amazing start. Even better news, this is only the beginning. As the season progresses, things will get even better entertainment-wise. When it comes to our beloved characters, though, the story is about to get very tragic. In fact, episode 2 is likely to be the one that builds the story up in the most unexpected way possible. So, let's talk about it. The new season started with Kara's emotional letter to Spencer, pointing out how tough things have been on the ranch. While she reads the letter, we see those dire conditions on screen. Winter has arrived in Montana, and the cold and drought have driven every living being to the edge, including, but not limited to, the humans. Yes, having a ranching business is more difficult than ever. In the very next scene, Jacob comes across a lion on the porch, looking for food. Honestly, I have to admit, the CGI in this scene was pretty good, but it was also kind of scary. At first, I thought Jacob was the only one seeing it, like Casey's wolves in Yellowstone, but no, there was truly a lion there, staring right at us. Let me know if I was the only one whose jaw dropped during that scene. The thing is, this wasn't the only time we saw the lion in this episode. At the very end, the same lion, whose life was pardoned by Jacob, tried to attack Elizabeth. And, of course, Kara killed it. Now, why am I talking about this lion so much? Because the upcoming episode will prove that the lion was only the beginning of the threats nature presents to the Duttons. Remember those wolves Kara was hearing? They will be the next predators the Duttons have to deal with. And yes, even though the biggest predator is still none other than Donald Whitfield, the Duttons will have to fight a brutal battle against nature as well. Speaking of Donald, it seems like Taylor Sheridan did not hear our criticisms about how he presents this character, or he just didn't care, which is more likely. Either way, whenever Donald enters the screen, the nudity and over-the-top brutality enter with him. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I see this as a lazy writing tactic to highlight how evil Donald is. There could be much more nuance in his scenes, more intricate dialogue and subtle evil peeking through. Instead, everything is too literal, too black and white. Taylor basically screams at us to hate this guy, and we do. That's it. I wish he had created a more complex character, one that plays mind games and pushes our limits. Unfortunately, things won't change when it comes to Donald. He's just a bland, evil dude, and there's nothing we can do about it. In the next episode, we will see him facing Jacob in the city council as he presents new threats to the Duttons. Plus, for the first time ever, the Duttons will realize there is something truly wrong with this man, as one of the women he enslaved will manage to escape and expose his secrets. It seems to me that Taylor is attempting to make Banner the more complicated character this season. We saw him having a genuine conversation with his wife. He doesn't even want to introduce her to Donald because he sees him as the greatest evil. In the previous season, Banner seemed no different from Donald. At least, that's how I remember it. But feel free to disagree with me in the comments. Still, Banner admits that for money, he would do anything. This means he is siding with the stronger party, and that's it. Despite this, we will see Banner gradually shifting sides. I know. It's a radical argument. But it's the truth. The more evil he witnesses from Donald, the more empathy he will feel for the Duttons. Evilness will eventually turn to Banner's family, and he will be forced to realize that he is on the wrong side now. I know all of you are most excited for Spencer and Alexandra. Rightfully so. Leave me a ship emoji below if you also couldn't contain your excitement when you first saw Spencer on the screen. I can't believe that our glorious Spencer is now working on a ship and engaging in cage fights. How did he end up in this situation? Who could have predicted it? Not me, that's for sure. Throughout his sequence, we realize these facts about Spencer. He is an absolutely good man. There is no situation he cannot handle. He is a badass in the best way possible. He is the peak of masculine energy. He is still in love with Alexandra and would do anything for her and his family in Montana. I have to admit, I don't think we needed to see the fight scene. It was too disturbing in my opinion. Still, it was nice to see Spencer bonding with a young man and even forming a business with him. Even though the ship scenes were some of the best of the episode, in the next one, we will see Spencer on land. The cage fights are over. Instead, Spencer will look for a brand new ship for his next journey toward America. Alexandra, on the other hand, is pregnant. Guess who's shocked? Well, not me, that's for sure. Even though this was presented as a twist, it didn't land the way Taylor probably intended. I mean, I alone made at least 10 videos about her upcoming pregnancy. So, if you've been following this channel for a while, there's no way you were surprised. What did surprise me, though, was how easily she convinced her best friend to get her a ticket to America, faced no backlash from her family, and got on the ship as if it was nothing. Seriously, we didn't even see her parents, not even for a second. I get that Taylor wanted to cut the budget and didn't want to film in Sussex, but come on, if she was going to leave England this easily, why did we witness her brutal separation from Spencer in the first place? Feel free to disagree in the comments, but personally, I found her scenes very underwhelming. In fact, the word underwhelming doesn't even cover it in this case. The good thing, though, is that her journey will soon intersect with Spencer's. Spencer will find himself on Alexandra's ship and will get a somewhat Titanic-esque storyline, as Spencer won't be able to access Alexandra easily. Still, it feels great to know that they will arrive in Montana together, not as separate parties. Now on to Tiana, our unfortunate Native American princess. Well, for once, she had a good scene, and I'm genuinely hoping that this will be the trajectory for the rest of the season. She is in love with Pete, and the two look very adorable together. Apart from this love story, though, there were some interesting political discussions between Tiana and her father about whether we need government or not, which was an unexpected surprise. It seems like these political discussions will increase in upcoming episodes. In episode 2, we'll see Tiana trying to settle in Texas, impressed by the welcoming nature of the state. Yet her positive trajectory will be cut short by the presence of that awful priest, who somehow managed to partner up with even worse people than himself. Seriously, what is wrong with these men? Anyway, even though we've all predicted for months that Tiana will end up being the ancestor of Thomas Rainwater in Yellowstone, which is still likely, it seems that her story will actually end up in Texas, linking to the upcoming 4/6's show. Yes, you heard that right. I believe we'll see 4/6's a lot in the upcoming episodes, setting up how that ranch was founded and how it operates now. Honestly, I didn't see that coming at all. Still, I think it will be a very interesting change. Let me know what you think about this 4/6's connection. For more weekly updates and analysis on 1923 Season 2, make sure to like and follow. And to refresh your mind on the Dutton family tree, watch the video on the screen.